everybody in D.C. I don't want to lose Juan Soto.
They do have 3 years of arbitration left, or 4 years, I think it is what I looked up. So
yeah, but you want to get him an extension like.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm just saying they do have some control, so they don't have to move him if he wanted it out or whatever.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Yeah, I mean,
we welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Laura. Hey, Laura. What's with the sunglasses? Ouch!
The word is spreading. Bechtel Jewelers is home to some dangerously brilliant diamonds.
See the difference at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood. Sunglasses not included.
The Honda Civic and the Accord are uniquely stylish in their own way. But do you know what they have in common? Reliability and comfort? Sure. Available turbocharged engines? Of course. But also, the driver, having fun for no reason, except for the thrill of driving a Honda. Kelley Blue Book's 2021 Best Value Brand.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Based on 2021 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience, family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school volleyball featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Tonight's coverage is brought to you by WVU Medicine East, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center, Hagerstown Ford, Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Parsons Ford, Panhandle Dumpsters, and Smallwood and Small Insurance. Now let's send it out to the broadcast booth and join our TV10 broadcast team for tonight's coverage.
Alrighty.
I wish we could put that picture of you over there so that we could, it would be like I'm talking to you.
We're about to be on. Alrighty, hello and welcome into the Cardinal Coliseum tonight for high school volleyball. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Jim Klein in a flattering picture of myself, I guess. Spencer Dupree down below running our production. Our cameramen this evening are Donald Kinney and Isaiah Horner. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. Tonight it is the Martinsburg Bulldogs against the Spring Mills Cardinals in Eastern Panhandle athletic action. About 14 minutes up until JV action to start at 6 o'clock. Varsity will follow. All right, you want to start off with any comments about the match, or you want to make a comment about the picture that you brought to me, Jim?
No, Sports Doc is my man. He is the man. He is running around, always doing things, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to put these headphones on. I miss him. So I just put up a little picture of Colin at the Maryland-West Virginia game. Now, here in the heart of the Eastern Panhandle, the economic engine of the state of West Virginia, Maryland beat them. However, Colin is still a loyal fan, and I'm glad to have him here, as well as the remembrance of that horrific defeat.
Yeah, there's been plenty of those already this year, so I'm not even worried about the Maryland one anymore because they just had Texas Tech and Oklahoma by a field goal. So definitely a rough season to be a Mountaineer fan, but will always be loyal to the old gold and blue. Even though I didn't attend college there, it's still my team. It's always the team in West Virginia. I know Spencer might look at me, but West Virginia is the team in the state at every single sport.
Man, taking a shot at the herd, man.
Well,
you're taking a shot
until
at
they beat West Virginia. You can, right?
Yeah, I guess. Well, we're here for women's volleyball tonight.
That's true. Let's look at it.
Women's volleyball 2 weeks ago, University of Maryland upset number 3 Wisconsin. Tonight, we've got the number 3 rated team in the EPAC.
Up against, I believe, the 4th team in the EPAC with the Spring Mills Cardinals. Varsity-wise, it goes like this. Martinsburg now 6-6 overall after its win just barely against Jefferson on Tuesday. We had that match. They're now 4-3 in the EPAC. Spring Mills 3-5 overall, 1-4 in the EPAC. And even though it's the JV match right now, let's make a statement about that varsity match on Tuesday. What a match it was. Martinsburg still got the win, but we've said it multiple times. They play like they did on Tuesday. Spring Mills might finally get revenge against the Bulldogs and pick up a victory tonight here at the Cardinal Coliseum.
Absolutely. We went deep into the archives, pulled out the notes from the September 7th game. Spring Mills talked about ball control offense, managing the flow of the game, getting everyone involved, good communication. They might not be able to throw that whole game plan out the window. If Martinsburg gives as many free balls as they did on Tuesday night, Colin, that opens the door wide open for their offense, changes the dynamic, and keeps Martinsburg on their heels, which would be very difficult.
Yeah, I completely agree, especially with Anna Fobu there on the Spring Mill side. Typically saw her doing very well, just getting those passes in and sometimes being the outside hitter for the Cardinals. So, as you said, if the Bulldogs allow as many free balls as they did, it's going to be a tough night for them, even though they won last time these two teams met 3-0 over Spring Mills. But we also saw the same thing last year. It was Martinsburg won the regular season. Spring Mills, when it came to playoff time, got down to business, pulled off the 3-2 upset.
Absolutely, and I talked to Coach Wolf after that September 7th match. She talked about serve-receive being a huge Achilles heel in their ability to run the offense. We actually even talked about a couple different drills that they had run, or that when I was at Smithsburg, that we had run to help improve ball control. Very early in the season, different things can happen. The defense, the offense isn't in sync, defense isn't as prepared. This could be a very exciting match tonight, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Martinsburg at Spring Mills.
And what I'm hopefully looking forward to seeing is possibly a couple of those football players that are over having their pasta and everything before their game tomorrow come over here in a former student section and try to give the Martinsburg Bulldogs some heckling going on to help out their fellow Cardinals. I see a couple of them right now in the stands with some signs, so it might be an interesting night. Always fun to see what happens in the stands and what happens on the court. Let's take a 2-minute break, then we'll be back to talk more about tonight's match. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR TV, Comcast Channel 10, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Alrighty, welcome back to Spring Mills High School. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein inside the Cardinal Coliseum for some high school volleyball between the visiting Martinsburg Bulldogs and the home team, Spring Mills Cardinals. Jim, right now, Martinsburg out there warming up, and hopefully is a big match. Get to see more of Miss Delgado out there. I know beforehand you asked her if she was playing, and she said yes, and she's out there warming up. We've seen that, though, the past couple matches anyway, but when it becomes time to actually play, she's been at the end of the bench, and saw her more in that last match, but the one against Washington when she only came in for the final 10 points was an interesting one, especially since she's one of the stars along with Dodger Wright and then Honey Carter out there as well.
Right, yeah. So Delgado didn't make her first appearance until the 15th point of the second set. So I agree with you 100%. Against on Tuesday against Jefferson, she didn't come in until the second set, but she did play the entire second set, and she was an instant catalyst in that game. So if Delgado comes on the floor this evening, she has the ability to take the match over. It would be very interesting to see. I agree with you 100%. If Delgado's on the floor, Martinsburg certainly can be much more aggressive.
Now as they switch sides, let's look at Spring Mills just starting to warm up. First-year coaches for them in Haley Wolf and Taylor Combs. You'll hear from the varsity head coach, Haley Wolf, during the varsity pregame show, as well as Mike Nelson on the Martinsburg side. But just watching them warm up right now and remembering the last time we saw them, it was a pretty hard-fought match against Hedgesville the last time that we were here. And people that I remember is Jaden Junkin, definitely one of the top players for the JV Spring Mills Cardinals.
Oh, yeah. First set, remember, Spring Mills stole the first set against Hedgesville, 25-18, and then ended up ultimately losing in 4. So Coach Wolf, she clearly knows, she has the game plan, she knows what she needs to do, and I think that Spring Mills will be much better prepared, especially at home. And I agree with you 100% about what you said, Colin, regarding the fan base, motivating the team, having the football players in here heckling Martinsburg. It completely changes the dynamic in the gym.
And to note, I was looking varsity-wise, it's always hard to find stuff with a JV, but I mentioned earlier, Spring Mills 3-5 on the season. All 3 wins have came right here inside the Cardinal Coliseum. They only have 1 loss at home, and that was that Hedgesville match that we saw that went to 4 sets. So it'll be interesting to see how Martinsburg's able to do inside Spring Mills High School. It's always a fun one when these two teams go head-to-head. Martinsburg does have the all-time series edge against Spring Mills with 11 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie between the two as well. But right now, we still got to focus on the JV match. About 4 minutes until that one starts, so let's take another 2-minute break, and then we'll be back to give you both teams' rosters and our keys to the game. Again, a 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV, Comcast Channel 10, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
When you've been in a wreck, you're hurting, you're confused, the insurance company's calling you.
Insurance companies are not your friend. They have a duty to their shareholders, not to you. That's why you need to call us to make sure that you are maximizing what you are entitled to.
We've recovered over $100 million for our clients. Every case is different, no result is guaranteed. But one thing's for sure, we'll treat you like family.
Mark your calendar for October 15th, 16th, and 17th and plan to join us for the 42nd Annual Mountain State Apple Harvest Festival. Modified from its traditional schedule, this year's Apple Harvest Festival will feature many exciting family-friendly outdoor events for the entire community to enjoy. The Mountain State Apple Harvest Festival, sponsored by BCT, invites you to like us on Facebook and follow along for all the details of this year's 3-day event. MSAHF.com.
Youth Wrestling is back in Martinsburg. Martinsburg Mat Club is excited to announce we are opening registration on Monday and Tuesday evenings from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Main Street Athletics facility located at 303 West Main Street in Hedgesville. Registration is open to athletes between the ages 6 to 14 years old. More information can be found by following/contacting us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Martinsburg-Mat-Club.
Welcome back into the Cardinal Coliseum. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Jim Klein, our producer. Spencer Dupuis, cameramen for this evening are Donald Kinney and Isaiah Horner. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. Let's look at the volleyball rosters, starting with the visiting Martinsburg Bulldogs. You got number 1, Helani Chacon, number 3, Ashlyn Aird, number 4, Dodger Wright, number 9, Valeria Delgado, number 11, Kara Rhodes, number 12, Amaya Berry, number 13, Cameron Sine, number 16, Madison Henry, number 24, Lily Campbell, number 28, Honey Carter, number 29, Amber Smolarski, number 31, Courtney Dick, number 35, Madigan Runyon, number 37, Maddie Fischel. As for the Spring Mills Cardinals, you got number 1, Jaden Junkin, number 3, Maddie McDaniel, number 4, Emma Jones, number 5, Jocelyn Anders, number 8, Ava Campbell, number 9, Kalia Campbell, number 11, Peyton Dugan, number 13, Bella Abshire, number 14, Jocelyn Dupree, number 15, Izzy Dozier, number 18, Georgia Piltong. 26 seconds up until this JV match is about to start. What are you hoping to see from both teams, Jim?
Well, good serve receive, quality touches, and like to see them run the offense. Get away from that set or dump. We don't need to send the ball in two. We do that enough with free balls. If we're going to send a free ball, send it to deep corners. Let's see a good pass, good set, and a big swing. And then conversely, the defense, we want to see good rotations, transition offense, move and talk, communicate, call for the ball, mine, until someone stops calling.
Also, across in the auxiliary gym, we'll try to keep you updated as best we can on that one, is the freshman match between Martinsburg and Spring Mills as well. But right here, right now, it is time for junior varsity between the Martinsburg Bulldogs and Spring Mills Cardinals. In the all-black uniforms is the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Spring Mills Cardinals in the white and black. I was getting ahead of myself there for a quick second and had a little bit of a mix-up, but we're all good inside the Cardinal Coliseum here at Spring Mills. Martinsburg takes the court first and gets their rotation set up, Jim. Cardinals now will also enter the court, and it's a breast cancer awareness night. As you look all around the gym, you see some signs, people wearing pink, also pink balloons and streamers at the entrances. We saw that Tuesday as well for the Bulldogs, and now we get to see it here at Spring Mills. Always a nice thing. I don't know about you, but I know a family member of my own that had breast cancer, so
sorry about
always tough. Fortunately, she was a survivor from it, which is great to hear, but always touching every October, every sport whenever it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's something to always keep in mind, along with all forms of cancer, is something that hopefully will be beat soon.
Yeah, I had a friend in Frederick, Maryland, Lisa Temple, who had a mastectomy. So, it's a very difficult situation. And, hearts and prayers go out to all the survivors that might be watching this evening.
So let's get started. It will be Amaya Berry on to serve for the Bulldogs, and it goes off the net, and a quick point off the ace makes it 1-0 Martinsburg.
Yeah, Anders with a difficult situation misplaying that off the net. But again, if you're keeping the ball in front of you and not swinging your arms, you have a chance to recover from that ball hitting the net.
Berry with another serve. This one short. A free ball sent over to the Bulldogs. Behind it to Aird, who hits it to the back line for the libero of Spring Mills, and getting the point for the Cardinals to tie it up at 1 apiece is Dupree.
Yeah, Fischel had a good pass, Berry with a good set, Aird with a good swing. Spring Mills just played good defense and answered back.
Dupree, not Dupuis, Spencer. Do my best to make it known.
Enunciate.
And
that's
an ace to make it 2-1 Spring Mills. Great serve for Jaden Junkin.
Yeah, Courtney Dick played real well against Jefferson on Tuesday night. She got caught by surprise there. Also, that's where the setter stacks, so she's got to be aware.
Junkin with another one, and it goes back over from Carter. Make it 3-1 Spring Mills.
Yeah, Carter's got to move her feet, got to get that platform under the ball. Don't cheat up. She's cheating up a little bit. She's got to move her feet rather than cheat.
Here in the corner that we're from, you can see that ball just die quickly each time, and it goes directly to Carter for another ace. Spring Mills makes it 4-1. That serve right now by Jaden Junkin is a difficult one for Martinsburg to handle.
Yeah, top spin, just like you'd see in tennis. A top spin serve, it dies quick.
Junkin serve this time does not die as quick as the other ones, but it goes over the net and out of play. 5-1 Spring Mills.
So what you need to do is press your elbows together, slight bend, wrists up. It's called a J-stroke. J-stroke is the way you cushion the pass, that hard top spin.
Junkin to Carter, puts it up into the air. Berry sets it over for the far side to Aird. Dug out by Junkin. Setting it back over is Campbell. Berry sets it behind her for Aird. And it's pushed back, a deep free ball. Fischel.
Daja Wright, good play.
Wright sends a free ball back over to Spring Mills. Cardinals looking to make it 6-1, and they have to send a free ball over of their own. Berry to Carter. Junkin gets it, but it's back over to Martinsburg. Berry sets it for Dick.
It's going to be a free ball. Martinsburg needs to move.
McDaniel sends the free ball. Berry
low
for Daja Wright, and she just has to send it back to Spring Mills. Carter sliding for that one. Wright pushes it to the Cardinals.
Good rally.
McDaniel and Dupree almost runs into each other, but gets it back to Martinsburg. Both teams getting it, and Spring Mills gives the point to Martinsburg as Dupree has too hard of a hit, goes to the back line. 5-2, Spring Mills still leads Martinsburg. Courtney Dick will now serve.
Flat serve, good serve.
Right, waiting for it at the net, dug out by Junkin. Campbell sends it over the net to the Martinsburg side. Berry sets it up for Fischel. Fischel had it right to Junkin. Fischel again with the kill and gets the point that time for Martinsburg, making it 5-3.
Yeah, great spike, good swing, very good follow through. She met the ball at its highest point, good reach, results in a kill.
Yeah, Jones tried to get there to dig it out, but just missed.
Oh, there's a rotation mistake, not called. That's called an overlap. Spring Mills clearly was not prepared.
Barry behind her for Aird. Aird hits that one out, and it's a point for Spring Mills. They now lead 6-3. Now it looks like we have a sub coming in for the Cardinals. It'll be Peyton Dugan, and it looks like Izzy Dozier enters as well. Looks like Dozier's going to enter and serve. We wait for everybody to get set up. Dozier serve to the Martinsburg side. Carter comes forward, sets it up. Barry bump sets it for Carter. It goes to McDaniel. Junkin for Jones.
It's in. Yep.
And it's in. Point. Never mind.
Wait, what?
I thought I saw the volunteer official say it was out, so it should be a point Martinsburg. So instead of 7-3, it should be 6-4. Waiting for the scoreboard to change it. Dodger Wright serves. Fischel sends it over to Campbell. Campbell pushes it back to Wright. Chacon back for Wright, who sends a free ball over her head to the Spring Mill side. It's 6-4. A free ball by Anders.
Great pass.
Barry for Rhodes. Off the hands of Campbell, out of play, making it 6-5 now.
Okay, well, so it doesn't look like anyone at the Spring Mill scores table is making changes.
I think they are now. Looks like the scorer that came with
there we go.
Martinsburg.
Good
let
call.
her know is Wright. Serves it to Jones and mishits it. Tied up at 6 apiece now. And a timeout will be called by Spring Mills. We'll take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
I thought it was in, but we're back now here at the Cardinal Coliseum, and we're talking about that one point that we believe should have made it 7-3 Spring Mills, but gave the advantage to Martinsburg. From our angle, it looked in. The officials got overruled, said otherwise by the volunteer linesman, and now we're tied up at 6 apiece. Right serve to Barry. Set up by Chacon for Fischel. Fischel hits it to McDaniel. And a free ball sent by Ava Campbell.
Chacon gets there. Good play.
Fischel sends this to
Nice
McDaniel.
roll.
Junkin. It goes deep and out. I believe that was Emma Jones giving Martinsburg the 7-6 lead.
And see, we saw a number of those free ball errors in the varsity match on Tuesday. Fischel came to the net, a good aggressive down ball. Good roll.
Dodger Wright with another serve from Martinsburg. Sending it over is Anders, and it goes out off the Spring Mills Anders. Another point for Martinsburg. They now lead 8-6. A 5-point run so far for Martinsburg. Right to McDaniel for Spring Mills. Set by Junkin for Campbell, and Chacon makes the stop. Off the antenna by Fischel, point Spring Mills, ending the run. It's now 8-7.
Fisher goes up and tries to punch it. She's trying to reach the overpass to redirect and just couldn't get there. Just not enough to be able to make the angle.
It'll be Maddie McDaniel now serving for Spring Mills. The libero hits it to Chacon for Martinsburg. Barry sets it for Aird. Off the net, never made it over. Another point tying it up at 8 apiece. Spring Mills and Martinsburg Back and forth we go in set number 1 of JV action. McDaniel. This one high and out over the head of Chacon. Point Martinsburg. It's now a 9-8 Bulldog lead.
Yeah, Chacon drifted back, watched the ball sail. Good play.
Aired with the serve, and an error on her ties it up at 9 apiece. A sub will enter for Martinsburg, as it is Madison Henry entering. Something to note, even though we talked about it in the pregame, we heard from Valeria Delgado that she was going to play, and right now still on the bench for Martinsburg. Serve, diving forward as it looked like it was going to go out, but saving it and keeping it in was Madison Henry, and then a bad hit by Rhodes, and it's 10-9 Spring Mills. Serve by Ava Campbell to Chacon. Barry comes back, sets it for Fischel. Fischel over the block at McDaniel.
In 2.
Chacon for Barry. Dug out by McDaniel, and that's going to go over off Jones and out, tied up at 10 apiece. Maddie Fischel will now serve for Martinsburg.
Fischel's having a real nice match here at the start. Through the first 10, she's played well.
Courtney Dick re-enters the match for Helani Chacon on Martinsburg. Fischel serves it, and it's a free ball by McDaniel that goes short. Martinsburg now leads 11-10.
Yeah, serve receive so important, well, at any level because of setting up the offense, but at the JV level, getting out of system makes it so much more difficult.
Fischel to McDaniel gets a good first pass. It's just going to be pushed over by Dugan. McDaniel sends a free ball to Martinsburg. Carter set by Barry all the way over for Dick.
Good adjustment.
It was behind her, but she was still able to get it over the net to Spring Mills. Jones sends another free ball over for Martinsburg. Barry at the net, sets it up for Rhodes. She gets the point.
Nice job.
Kiera Rhodes makes it 12-10 Martinsburg.
Yeah, Rhodes, Fischel, and Dick are all right around that same type of style player. Lean, good reach, very good fundamental follow-through.
And an ace for Rhodes makes it 13-10 Martinsburg over Spring Mills. Looks like a lot of running around and nobody that was close to it being the first ones, as it'll be Jones hitting it right back over for Martinsburg. Barry sets it up for Rhodes. Off the net. Dick has to pass it back. And a free ball sent over by Henry. Hits the official out. Point Martinsburg. It's now 14-10. Spring Mills only has one timeout left.
See, and that's one of those situations where you saw Courtney Dick in a situation where either are you blocking or are you moving back for free ball. Ball lands on top of the net. If she would have blocked, she could have roofed it.
And a service error by Fischel ends Martinsburg's streak. It's now 14-11 Spring Mills. We have to wait for the subs as the ball's already in the hands of the server, Jones.
Great serve. Very good
Hit right
serve.
at Fischel. McDaniel. A bump set for Junkin. Finding Henry, who digs it out, and diving for the pass off Henry and missing it was Fischel, making it 14-12. Martinsburg still leads Spring Mills. Emma Jones serves for Spring Mills. And it goes off the net and right back on the Cardinal side. Point Martinsburg.
Yeah, Jones has a very good serve. Martinsburg got a break there. Jones went on a little run last time.
15-12's the score. It'll be Honey Carter serving for Martinsburg. Her serve to McDaniel. Hits it right back at the net and goes right back to her. McDaniel able to recover, but missing it's Dupree. 16-12 Martinsburg leads. All right, in set number 1 of JV action. Best 2 out of 3 decides it. Honey Carter with another serve to the back line of Spring Mills. McDaniel bumps it high into the air. Another bump by Abshire. And a free ball sent to the Martinsburg side. Barry sets it up for Dodger Wright, and it's met by Dugan. Back over to Martinsburg. Barry for Dodger Wright again. Over the block of Dugan, but dug out by McDaniel.
Free ball.
A free ball sent by Dupree. Barry for Martinsburg. For Carter, blocked by Dugan.
That's perfect.
And beautiful play by Martinsburg to stay alive. Dugan pushes it over for a deep free ball. Carter, can Fischel get there? No. Point Spring Mills, 16-14. They'll serve down 2.
Exactly the way that we ran our varsity defense. That middle blocker stayed up for every situation. Free ball, and in that case, it was a 10-line attack by Carter that got roofed.
Now Peyton Dugan on to serve for Spring Mills. And it's a service error hitting Jocelyn Anders in the back. Martinsburg 17, Spring Mills 13.
Got to toss that ball high so that you can reach up.
Maya Berry for her second serve rotation of the evening for Martinsburg. Berry serve, gets the error, so a point for Spring Mills makes it 17-14. And the Cardinals will have the serve right back, and it'll be Jaden Junkin to serve for them. Junkin serve does go over the net to Dick. Barry sets it up to Aird over the block. It's McDaniel who misses it. Point Martinsburg, 18-14 is the score now. Bulldogs up by 4.
Yeah, McDaniel at middle back reaches up above her waist to play the ball, and from that position it should be out.
Dick with the serve to McDaniel. Pushed over the net by Anders for Spring Mills. Barry sets it for Martinsburg. Fischel with the kill. Dug out by McDaniel. Dick to Barry. Right back up for Courtney Dick, who puts it into the middle. Diving forward and getting it is Jones. It's going to be pushed to Carter for the Bulldogs. Barry sets it all the way over for Fischel. Jones bumps it. Junkin sets it behind her. And it's going to be a point for Martinsburg after that set by Junkin. Miscommunication between her and Campbell. Campbell thought it was going to be set up on the other side for Anders, and it wasn't. It's now 19-14 Martinsburg. Serve, waiting for it was Dodger Wright. She never got a piece of it. Neither did Jaden Junkin. Another point Martinsburg. It's now 20-14. Timeout called by Spring Mills. 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs. Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum. JV volleyball action going on right now. Martinsburg leads Spring Mills 20-14. Also over in the auxiliary gym, Martinsburg leads 16-7 for freshman action. Anders now with Dupree. Dupree over the net for Martinsburg. Barry. Official. Junkin. Dupree off the net and out. Point Martinsburg as it was never touched by Aird on the block. 21-14. Martinsburg leads by 7.
Yeah, good idea, good execution, good pass, good set. Just failed to put the ball in play.
Dick serves it to the middle for Jones. It goes all the way to the bleachers, almost running into him, and missing the ball is Junkin. Ace Martinsburg, 22-14 now.
Yeah, real big point. That was a good serve.
Dick all the way back over, hit Carter for Fischel. Bumped by Campbell. Coming in on it is Junkin, and a free ball sent by Dupree.
Didn't know if that was in or not. Tough situation.
Another free ball sent back from Martinsburg to Spring Mills. That is second straight free ball. Third straight free ball sent by Spring Mills. Martinsburg is still yet to capitalize. Barry to Dodger right. Gets the capitalized there. Point Martinsburg 23-14.
Yeah, so Courtney Dick serves and scores a point and gets 2 digs in the rally. Very good play by both teams. Can't send the free balls. That's the big problem. Martinsburg finally capitalized. You're right.
Dick to McDaniel. Fischel. Junkin. McDaniel to Barry on Martinsburg's side. Carter comes forward and hits it up for Fischel to the opposite side for Jones. Dupree to Fischel. Honey Carter puts it to the middle of the defense of Spring Mills. Gets the point. It's now set point for Martinsburg. 24-14 is the score. It was 16-14, and since then Martinsburg's pulled away. They lead by 10, looking to end set number 1. Courtney Dick. A hard serve to Jones. Tipped over by Dupree. Barry up for Dodger right to Junkin. Into the air, running for it, and getting it is Campbell, and a free ball sent back to Honey Carter. Barry over for Fischel. Off the block. Point Martinsburg. They win 25-14 in set number 1. A 1-minute break. Then we'll be right back for set number 2. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Welcome back for set number 2 between the visiting Martinsburg Bulldogs and Spring Mills Cardinals. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our cameramen for this evening are Isaiah Horner and Donald Kinney. Running our new ATEM system, Spencer Dupuis. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. So set number 1 goes to the Martinsburg Bulldogs by a final of 25-14. And it was back and forth, but then all of a sudden, Jim, Martinsburg just put that gas pedal all the way down and dominated the rest of that set and won by 11.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen Martinsburg's JV. I think they had an 8-point run on Tuesday against Jefferson. Their JV team has that ability. When they're passing well, they can execute their entire offense, and the results come from that. I also think that Martinsburg's JV finished with 3 service errors, and keeping the service errors low obviously exponentially increases your chances to score, and ultimately many fewer free balls, much more offense, and the outcome weighs in Martinsburg's favor.
Yeah, that's going to be one thing that Spring Mills needs to fix if they want to win set number 2 is stop giving Martinsburg the free ball. I think in one of the rallies counted 3 straight free balls sent over by Spring Mills to the Martinsburg side, and on that third one, Martinsburg's Dodger Wright capitalized, and you're not going to win a match if you send 3 straight free balls over, and that wasn't the only time that a lot of free balls were sent over by Spring Mills. It was just one that obviously stood out, being 3 straight.
And the coaches were working hard. They kept talking about platform. They kept working on moving their feet.
Junkin serves it to Martinsburg. Dick and Barry sends a free ball to Martinsburg. Goes off the net from Junkin. Point Bulldogs. They now lead 1-0 to start set number 2.
Yeah, it's just heartbreaking when you've lost the first set. execute a perfect serve and then, fail to maintain the pass that gives you a chance to win the point.
Amaya Berry will serve. And it is in point Martinsburg. 2-0 now. Just nicked the net and then it went down on the line. Can't really tell from our angle, but the officials called it in, so that's what it is. Berry serve off the net again. Ace Martinsburg, 3 straight points, makes it 3-0. That looked very similar to the very first serve she had to start the match this evening, right off that net, and nobody's in the middle of the floor for Spring Mills on that side. Berry hits this one off the net, and it stays on Martinsburg's side. Spring Mills now gets its first point of set number 2, making it 3-1. Substitute entering for the Cardinals, Izzy Dozier, for number 14, Jocelyn Dupree.
Got to be careful when you say that one, don't you, Doc?
Yes. Dozier will serve. Berry from the middle, setting it for Dick, who sends a free ball over. Jones off the antenna, point Martinsburg, 4-1.
Not to be confused with the infamous family, the Dupuis family, mega producer.
Dick, second straight service error for Martinsburg, gives another point to Spring Mills, making it 4-2.
Yeah, that's costly early in this match. Had a chance to go on runs.
It'll be Maddie McDaniel to serve for Spring Mills now, the libero. We also waited for a sub that came in for Spring Mills. Before that, McDaniel has a service error of her own, making it 5-2 Martinsburg now. Never what you want to respond with after getting a point off a service error is giving a point for a service error. Honey Carter serves it, and a service error again.
Yeah, this is one of the things, both coaches have got to be frustrated. I'm sure they spend a majority of their time working in practice on things like serve, receive, and serve. Obviously, serve being the key component to scoring. So multiple service errors to start this second set is not a good thing.
5-3 now. Martinsburg still leads Spring Mills. It is Bella Abshire serving for the Cardinals, and it goes to Honey Carter, but she hits it right back over to the Spring Mills side. Junkin for Jones. Off the block, it's Delgado. Carter, and that's 4. Didn't matter anyway. It went all the way to the stands. Makes it 5-4. Delgado has entered now for Martinsburg for the first time this evening. Serve off the net. Rhodes over the head of Carter, tied up at 5 apiece off Spring Mills ace. Bella Abshire trying to give Spring Mills its first lead of set number 2. And she does. 6-5 now is the score off a second straight ace. Alani Chacon didn't really get her feet moving, instead just lunged for it, and it landed right in front of her.
And again, there's no overlap. Fishel could slide to the left, and Delgado drop back into a 4-person serve-receive.
And a service error ends Spring Mills' run, ties it up at 6 apiece. And going back to serve now for Martinsburg is Delgado. Starts from all the way to the wall and then dribbles it like a basketball and makes the run forward. And gets the ace as McDaniel hits it to the side near Spring Mills' bench. Martinsburg now has a 7-6 lead. You could tell that was going to be a disaster from the start for McDaniel. She had her body swung around, really no balance, and just let the ball hit her instead of going for it. Delgado right back at McDaniel. She misses it another time. Ace Martinsburg 8-6. See if Delgado continues to target Spring Mills libero McDaniel. Delgado serve. As time goes to Junkin. At the net, off the net, trickles down, unable to get there is Peyton Dugan. 9-6 Martinsburg.
Yeah, and both teams are stubborn with their serve receive. No adjustments. They could drop their front row player back into the serve receive.
Delgado right in front of Izzy Dozier. Another ace for Martinsburg makes it 10-6 and a timeout called by Spring Mills. 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, my name's Corey, and I'm here at Orsini's in beautiful Martinsburg, West Virginia. We no longer specialize in only appliances. We have kitchen design, countertops, cabinets, flooring, and even a new 1,200 square foot sleep studio with brands such as Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. 304-267-7251, 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. We price match the big box stores, and we give back to our local community.
Orsini's.com. Welcome back to Spring Mills High School. Martinsburg and the Cardinals going in JV volleyball. Delgado for Martinsburg serves it, and it goes over and out, so Spring Mills timeout works. It's 10-7 now. The Bulldogs still up by 3 on the road in set number 2. It's Martinsburg 1, set 1, 25-14.
Smolarski comes in for serve receive for Martinsburg.
Still have some music on here in the Coliseum. Sounds like they finally turned it off as Emma Jones will serve. Carter with a pass to Barry. Barry sets it up for Fischel. B. Jones to Junkin. To the back for Honey Carter. Barry with another set. Courtney Dick. Junkin up by Smuglarski. Barry to Carter, who has to send a free ball to Spring Mills. McDaniel. Goes.
And that's deep corner.
Beautiful set. Finding that deep corner is Peyton Dugan. Gives the point to Spring Mills, making it 10-8.
Yeah, it's an outstanding tactic. We actually talked about that a little bit in the pregame show. Sending those free balls to deep corners, making that middle back really work for that free ball.
And that's the issue, as a service error by Jones gives the point to Martinsburg, making it 11-8. I was going to say, that's the issue that we saw with Martinsburg's JV on Tuesday. They only had 2 people in the back, and that deep corner free ball was always something that Jefferson could get, as Honey Carter was never able to really get over to it, as Junkin makes this one, and McDaniel can't get it over the net. 12-8, Martinsburg leads now. It's Maddie Fischel serving for Martinsburg. Daniel to Rhodes. And it's hit over by Abshire.
Settle.
Barry for Dick. Over the block and out. Point Spring Mills. It's now 12-9.
Yeah, the entire play was within the 12 feet of the net on both sides. Courtney Dick did not get back off the net and transition to be able to come forward and take a good swing. Just a little flat, runs out of bounds.
Peyton Dugan serves it, and it knuckles, but Carter this time was ready for it. Remembered from set 1 how it went. Abshire sets it behind her for Junkin. It is stopped. Barry off block. Spring Mills looks like we'd have to send a free ball over, but 4 people miscommunicated. And the JV coach for Spring Mills, Taylor Combs, not happy with that. Point Martinsburg, 13-9, they lead.
Yeah, but it started with a decent pass. Barry with a bump set back to Rhodes. Rhodes was ready to go get the lower set and put a good swing.
Ace for Martinsburg as McDaniel hits that one to the court. 14-9, Martinsburg leads now. Rhodes serving for Martinsburg. It's it back to McDaniel. Her pass goes towards the stands, but Junkin able to recover it, and a free ball sent by Anders. Barry sets it for Martinsburg to the opposite side over the block by Dick. Second straight free ball sent over by Spring Mills. And hitting it looked like twice was Anders. First one might have counted as a block. Doesn't matter. Martinsburg gets the point. It's 15-9.
Yeah, good call, Colin. I would agree with you. I would have called that as a double contact. Her fist was closed. That's not a block.
An ace for Rhodes as McDaniel was unable to get there. And the second and final timeout called by Spring Mills in set number 2. Let's take another 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Honda Civic and the Accord are uniquely stylish in their own way. But do you know what they have in common? Reliability and comfort? Sure. Available turbocharged engines? Of course. But also, the driver, having fun for no reason, except for the thrill of driving a Honda. Kelley Blue Book's 2021 Best Value Brand.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Based on 2021 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
Welcome back to Spring Mills High School. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is former Smithsburg head coach and 3-time state champion over in Maryland, Jim Klein. We're in set number 2 between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. Martinsburg leads 16-9, trying to win 2-0 over the Cardinals. Rhodes serves it for Martinsburg. Junkin for Spring Mills. Bumped by Dupree, sent over by Junkin. And diving forward is Smolarski and Fischel. Couldn't tell which one hit it out, but it gives a point to Spring Mills, making it 16-10. It'll be Junkin to serve for Spring Mills. We wait for Barry to tie her shoe on the Martinsburg side. Junkin serve. Off the net, a hard one by Fischel. Ace Spring Mills, making it 16-11.
Spring Mills definitely has the talent and the ability to be able to hang. Martinsburg's JV team is playing very well tonight.
Junkin serves this to the back. Goes over Fischel. Carter tried to get it. Another ace for Spring Mills. Makes it 16-12. I think this is most aces that we've seen so far in any match, Jim.
Yeah, and you just have to wonder if Spring Mills needs something to get a little confidence, to get the juices flowing. That we talk all the time about momentum being a fickle beast.
Barry hit over by Campbell. And it's Dick. Free ball sent by Barry deep and out. Point Spring Mills. They're within 3 now. The score 16-13. Martinsburg still has the lead, but 4 straight points so far by the Cardinals after the second final timeout for them. Junkin serve. Another ace as Dick gets that. And Martinsburg will call a timeout of its own as it's a 2-point lead now for them. Let's take another 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV10, WRNR TV on YouTube.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum. 16-14 is the score now. Martinsburg called its first timeout, so they have 1 left. Spring Mills has already called its 2 timeouts here in set number 2, so they are out of them. Junkin serving for Spring Mills. Honey Carter hits it first. At the net, hits it off the net is Jocelyn Dupree. Point Martinsburg, making it 17-14. And before Barry serves, I know you had a score update for freshmen, Jim. You can quickly pull it out.
Yeah, man. Martinsburg's freshman won the first set 25-14, up 14-3 in the second.
Thank you, as Barry gets an ace for Martinsburg, making it 18-14. 7 more points needed for Martinsburg to end the JV match. Barry, right past McDaniel, another ace for Martinsburg, makes it 19-14. And Coach Combs for Spring Mill is trying to move some people around to stop a pretty big night so far on the serve for Martinsburg. Still nobody lined up in the middle, though, and that's where each serve has been. Berry serve. This time to the right. Hit up by Campbell, but nobody comes for it. Another point, Martinsburg. It's 20-14 now. The Bulldogs pulling away in this one.
Yeah, Coach acknowledges the setter's got to get that ball. If she cannot, she needs to take control and be calling help, help, help.
Berry to Jones. Junkin tips it over.
Yeah, she's back row player.
It's at the net. And the point looks like
it should be Martinsburg's ball. Junkin is a back row player. She attacked the ball above the net. Or is she a front row player? Now I
don't know, but it looks like the point went to Spring Mill, so it's 20-15.
Yes, Junkin is at the 6 right now. So when she tipped the ball across the net, as a back row player, if she made contact with the ball above the net in the front row, inside the 10 line, that is called a back row attack, which is illegal. But it was missed.
Berry
in.
sends a beautiful, sneaky set deep. Point Martinsburg making it 21-15. And it looks like for the first time this evening, entering for Martinsburg now is Madigan Runyon. So at the front it is Runyon, Delgado, Campbell. For the back for Martinsburg, Barry, Carter, and serving is Courtney Dick to Jones. Junkin sets it behind her, and it's tipped over by Campbell. Off the net and over. Wow, how did Carter get that one? And she couldn't get the second time because she turned around after stepping up, was trying to get back into her position. Unfortunately for Martinsburg, Spring Mills gets the point, 21-16. Now, would she have been able to hit that one since it was down below, even though she's a back row player?
Yeah, she could have brought the ball up. She could have dug the ball, but she couldn't have jumped above the net and spiked it. It's just unfortunate. It's just very sloppy play, but, that's the way the ball bounces.
Carter, bad pass, but Delgado tried to recover it, and Runyon misses it. An ace for Spring Mills makes it 21-17. McDaniel serves it to Chacon, puts it into the air, and Barry calls off.
That's good swings, just out.
Yep, just barely out. Point Spring Mills. It's Madigan Runyon tried to get the point for Martinsburg, but was unable to do so. It's now a 3-point lead for Martinsburg. Scores 21-18, but Spring Mills is serving. It's McDaniel to Carter. And it just goes in. She thought it was out. Ace. 21-19 is the score now. Martinsburg still has its final timeout in its pocket. Looks like they're going to hang on to it.
It's basically a two-person serve receive right now. Campbell is so far up.
This time McDaniel's serve goes out.
Oh, my goodness.
Point for Martinsburg makes it 22-19, and that's always frustrating on how to end a possible comeback attempt. Honey Carter, the libero for Martinsburg, serves.
That's way out.
Way out of play, giving a point for Spring Mills. It's 22-20 now.
Wow, that was airmailed. Got to settle now. Got to have a pass.
Bella Abshire will serve for Spring Mills. Goes to Honey Carter.
Good
bumps
pass.
It. Set by Barry for Delgado.
Delgado has to reach.
Abshire
gets the
bumps
kill.
It up, but nobody able to run for it. Junkin was the closest. It's 23-20. And it is now Delgado serving for Martinsburg, trying to put the final nails in the coffin of Spring Mills. Delgado serve. Gets the ace. Martinsburg only needs one more point. It's 24-20. Wait a second. We have an official talking to Jones.
Okay. So the setter, no wait.
I don't know. Let's focus on this. Delgado serves it over to Junkin. It's at the net. Jones. Rhodes again. Double hit. Point Martinsburg. They win set number 2, 25-20. And the Bulldogs in JV play sweep Spring Mills as well on the evening, 2-0. Well, it looked like that Spring Mills was going to try to come back, but had a service error and then fell apart. Martinsburg gets the W. And let's take a 2-minute break. Then we'll be back for the post game. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We're back in 2 minutes.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Home helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle. Or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated.
You need to keep your vehicle in good working order, but car and truck repairs can be very costly. Bears Repair in Martinsburg performs all kinds of auto repairs at prices most often well below their competition. Bears Repair offers tune-ups, oil change and lubrication, small and large engine and transmission repair, wheel balancing, front-end alignment, exhaust system replacement, air conditioning checks, auto inspections, and new tires. Stop by for a free estimate at Bears Repair, 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, phone 262-0208. Bears Repair.
Welcome back here to the Cardinal Coliseum. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein as we get set up for the varsity match. But first, let's conclude that JV match as Martinsburg wins 2-0 over Spring Mills. Let me quickly look at the score here. Set number 1, 25-14. Set number 2, 25-20. Very impressive game tonight for the Martinsburg Bulldog JV team. And a lot of aces off some very, very well serves on both sides. It was just Martinsburg had more, and that's why they won.
Yep, Martinsburg made fewer mistakes all the way around. Fewer free balls, more offense, less service errors. Although the beginning of the second set, a little bit shaky on both sides with the serve. Martinsburg figured it out, ultimately prevails in 2. Freshman team right now, Martinsburg's up 20-12 in the second. A little bit slower. They're running a little bit behind the JV match, but hopefully we'll get an update on that soon enough.
Yeah, it looks like they won set number 1 and are 5 points away from winning at second set for freshman play. So you'd have to assume, unless something crazy happens, that the freshman Bulldogs are going to win as well, which means that the varsity action is going to try to go for a 3-match sweep on the night for the Martinsburg program, and that's something that you always love in EPAC play on the road as well.
Yeah, going to be very difficult to win here in a hostile Spring Mills in the Coliseum. And the reason it's going to be difficult, not only has Spring Mills proven that they can be successful at home, Martinsburg coming off of a very questionable performance against a team that had not yet won in the EPAC.
Yeah, as you're talking about that Tuesday match against Jefferson, we'll get a little bit more into that during our pregame show for Varsity. But right now, let's just give our final thoughts for JV as the 20 minutes hasn't really started yet, but it's about to, as Spring Mills is going to run through their entrance of pink streamers as it's Breast Cancer Awareness Night, and here they come. So, final thoughts on the JV match. It was a pretty impressive performance, I thought, for Daja Wright, Honey Carter, and then Miss Valeria Delgado as well when she came in and got those serves in when needed. And you saw at the end as well, getting the final 2 serves to give the Bulldogs the win.
Absolutely. I thought it was a well-played match. And these young Bulldogs are just going to keep getting better.
That'll wrap up things for the JV match. We'll take a 5-minute break and then be back for the pregame show for varsity action between Spring Mills and Martinsburg. Again, a 5-minute break for Back at the Studio Nick. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard. Home helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle. Or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated.
You need to keep your vehicle in good working order, but car and truck repairs can be very costly. Bears Repair in Martinsburg performs all kinds of auto repairs at prices most often well below their competition. Bears Repair offers tune-ups, oil change and lubrication, small and large engine and transmission repair, wheel balancing, front-end alignment, exhaust system replacement, air conditioning checks, auto inspections, and new tires. Stop by for a free estimate at Bears Repair, 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, phone 262-0208. Bears. Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha! Omaha!
local market.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Mark your calendar for October 15th, 16th, and 17th and plan to join us for the 42nd Annual Mountain State Apple Harvest Festival. Modified from its traditional schedule, this year's Apple Harvest Festival will feature many exciting family-friendly outdoor events for the entire community to enjoy. The Mountain State Apple Harvest Festival, sponsored by BCT, invites you to like us on Facebook and follow along for all the details of this year's 3-day event. MSAHF.com.
Welcome right back here to the Cardinal Coliseum. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Jim Klein, our producer, is Spencer Dupuis. Cameramen are Donald Kinney and Isaiah Horner. About 17 minutes or so away from tip-off between the Martinsburg Bulldogs and Spring Mills Cardinals for varsity action. Had a pretty fun one JV-wise, and I know you have the freshman scores as well, Jim.
Yeah, from my good buddy Chris Strovel, what we got is identical 25-14 sets. Martinsburg prevails. Word on the street is Strovel McStuffins with 5 kills.
There you go. So the freshman Martinsburg Bulldogs also victorious this evening. So now it's just wait and see if the varsity Bulldogs can do so as well and have all 3 teams within its program come out victorious at Spring Mills High School. Obviously, the Cardinals want to win at home. It should be allowed when we had a couple fans here for the JV match and some football players. It looks like they're back, and we'll have the JV volleyball girls cheering as well. So it should be a loud Cardinal Coliseum, and let's see how each team responds to it. It's also Breast Cancer Awareness Night, so a lot of pink around the Coliseum as well. But let's first now look into both teams, starting with the visiting Martinsburg Bulldogs. Head coach is Mike Nelson. Last season they finished 5-6 overall. So far right now, they're on a 2-match winning streak, both over those 2 Jefferson County schools in Washington and Jefferson High Schools. So they're 6-6 overall, 4-3 in the EPAC. And we mentioned it, that Tuesday match was a close one. It had to go to that 5th set. Martinsburg came out on top in the 5th set, 15-9 over Jefferson. They had those first 2 sets, though, but Jefferson surprised everybody in that Martinsburg field house, won the next 2 sets, and it was Jillian Britton so far being that best player for Jefferson. But since they're not here tonight, let's talk about Monique Fennell, because she was by far the best player for Martinsburg on that side of the court.
Yeah, Fennell absolutely provided his part. I think you're completely right, Doc. The way that worked, not only was it so evident, I think she had relatives sitting in the stands that could hear the broadcast that came up after and told us about, I believe her mom was a 2-time state champ in 1984 or something like that. Fennell's got some hops. She's clearly an athlete. She has the opportunity to be a dominant force at the outside hitter position. And hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that this evening.
Yep, we'll be keeping an eye on her tonight. And for those of you that will be watching on TV10, that will be number 18 in gray. Let's look at Spring Mills as well, as they're coached by Haley Wolf. This year, 3-5 overall so far, 1-4 in the EPAC. Spring Mills had a pretty good season last year, 16-5 overall, and 9-3 in the conference. Right now, obviously, a bit of a struggle. It's a first-year head coach, though, so obviously changes have been made, and it's tough to always adapt to that. But they're really well at home. 3-1 is their record at home, 0-4 on the road. However, their last match at Hedgesville on Tuesday, they lost 3-0. Some players to watch out on that side is Anna Fobu, Samantha Stevens, and Alyssa Ryder. Those very tall big 3 front line for Spring Mills. If they want to get a win tonight, they're going to have a lot of blocks against a pretty big front line for Martinsburg and make sure that their spikes end up kills.
Yeah, absolutely. But remember, it starts with ball control. When we talked with Coach Wolf after the match against Hedgesville, the first match against Hedgesville when they went 4, she was a little bit frustrated with the serve receive and ball control. If you don't have a good pass, it's very difficult to remain in system, to execute the set, to run your full offense. When you become predictable in volleyball, you give the other team in transitional defense, transitioning from defense to offense, a much easier opportunity for them to set their offense, make a good pass, good set, the full complement. Once you get on your heels, very difficult to make that shift to get back in the driver's seat.
Watching Martinsburg warm up right now, and somebody to keep an eye on is number 27, Bella Ray. We saw earlier in the pregame warm-ups, she has a brace on, it looks like her right ankle, and she might have tweaked it during some pregame warm-ups by herself as well, because she was limping it hard and had to get it looked at. So it'll be interesting to see how much playing time Ray gets tonight. We saw Tuesday she didn't get as much, and that means Martinsburg will have to rely on Ellie Mosby, one of the other up-front hitters for Martinsburg. And that's obviously a pretty significant change for Martinsburg. A typical starter in Bella Ray, who usually goes back and forth between her and Jadalyn Joseph for the outside hitters. But if Bella Ray's out, Ellie Mosby has to be that next person up for the Bulldogs if they want to find success.
Absolutely. We used to joke all the time back in the day when I was riding the bench, you can't coach height. And you're limited with your number of players who are at that 5'9" to 6'1" height across the front row. So when you have a key component like a Bella Ray who is sitting on the bench a little bit more than normal, it's difficult to fill in that gap, keep that cohesiveness with the pass, the set, the timing between Mosby. You can try to simulate that in practice, but just like any other sport, match play is so different.
Let's look at the EPAC standings as well right now. You have the Musselman-Appleman in first place. What else would you expect? They're 5-0 in the EPAC, 28-2-1 overall, the number 1 team in the state for a reason. And right behind them in the EPAC is that number 2 team in the state, Jim, the Hedgesville Eagles. They're 7-1 in the EPAC. That one loss, obviously, to Musselman, 22-3-2 overall. And in third is the Martinsburg Bulldogs. They're now 4-3 in the EPAC, 6-6 overall. Spring Mills is right behind them, 1-4 in the EPAC, 3-5 overall. And following them is the Washington Patriots, 1-4 overall, 1-4 in the EPAC as well. And Jefferson, 0-5 in the EPAC, 0-7 overall. And the other EPAC matchup tonight is Hedgesville versus Washington. Washington lost its last match to Musselman. Hedgesville won its last match against Spring Mills. Let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back to hear from both teams' head coaches. Again, a 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Youth Wrestling is back in Martinsburg. Martinsburg Mat Club is excited to announce we are opening registration on Monday and Tuesday evenings from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Main Street Athletics Facility located at 303 West Main Street in Hedgesville. Registration is open to athletes between the ages 6 to 14 years old. More information can be found by following/contacting us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Martinsburg-Mat-Club.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum. Cullen McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our cameramen for this evening are Isaiah Horner and Donald Kinney. Producing is Spencer Dupree, and back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. While I get set up, the interviews with Coach Nelson and Coach Wolf. Any comments on the warm-up so far by Spring Mills right now, Jim?
Well, it's exactly what Coach Wolf said after the match against Hedgesville back in September. Spring Mills has all of the ability in terms of executing a kill from an offensive point of view if they can get the ball to the setter. Martinsburg has got to press Spring Mills because Spring Mills has the ability to bring the offense.
See if I can figure it out here. Let's start with the visiting head coach, Mike Nelson, with the Martinsburg Bulldogs. All right, Coach, another EPAC matchup tonight, this time on the road. How do you get a win against Spring Mills this evening?
Well, we need to play a little better than we did Tuesday night, better on first contact. We still need to get a kill. We need to communicate better tonight than we did the other night, and we need to stop their big hitters, that's for sure.
So that was going to be my next question about the Tuesday match. Definitely seen a lot of struggles. What was it like yesterday practice-wise trying to change that?
Yeah, we worked on serving a good bit. We worked on moving our feet more and just talking. We didn't talk very well on Tuesday. Didn't move our feet well. We worked on all of that a good bit yesterday. It was a good practice, though, and I feel good about tonight.
So with tonight, the last time you guys faced Spring Mills, it was a sweep, but obviously things have changed as the season progresses. What has, I guess, changed for you guys?
Well, we've gotten a little better on our kill percentage. We're getting better, smarter shots, I should say. We still need to be good on first contact and serving. We did not serve well the other night. We have to be good on serving and serve receive tonight for sure.
All right, anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
I think it's going to be a good match. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, thank you. Good luck tonight. All righty, that was the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Mr. Mike Nelson, and his first year with them has him 6-6 overall, 4-3 in the EPAC, and trying to get a season sweep over the Spring Mills Cardinals, and should be a good one, as he said. But let's now hear from the head coach for the Spring Mills Cardinals, and that is Miss Haley Wolf, who's also in her first year with them. So it's been a while since the last time that we got to see Spring Mills on TV10. How's the season gone so far?
Season's going well. We're progressing. We're playing as a team. We're playing aggressively, and we're just really coming together.
Is the team where you expected it to be right now, this point in the season?
The girls every day, I can't say yes or no because every day they exceed my expectations, and I couldn't be more proud to be their coach, and the strides that they've made since day one is absolutely amazing.
So tonight, another match against Martinsburg, who beat you last time, but they've been struggling as well. How do you take advantage of that and get a win tonight?
We play our game, we do what we've been practicing, and mental toughness is a big key tonight, and just not staying down and playing together no matter what.
Last game it was a loss against Hedgesville. What are you hoping to make some changes tonight so that doesn't happen?
You know, defense, tip coverage, our swing against Hedgesville I think was pretty well, but just tweaking the minor things to really make things come together.
All right, anything else, Coach?
No.
Okay, good luck tonight. Thank you. Again, that was Spring Mills head coach, Miss Haley Wolf. We're about 3.5 minutes until varsity action. So let's take another 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR TV Channel 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
When you've been in a wreck, you're hurting, you're confused, the insurance company's calling you.
Insurance companies are not your friend. They have a duty to their shareholders, not to you. That's why you need to call us to make sure that you are maximizing what you are entitled to.
We've recovered over $100 million for our clients. Every case is different, no result is guaranteed. But one thing's for sure, we'll treat you like family.
Mark your calendar for October 15th, 16th, and 17th and plan to join us for the 42nd Annual Mountain State Apple Harvest Festival. Modified from its traditional schedule, this year's Apple Harvest Festival will feature many exciting family-friendly outdoor events for the entire community to enjoy. The Mountain State Apple Harvest Festival, sponsored by BCT, invites you to like us on Facebook and follow along for all the details of this year's 3-day event. MSAHF.com.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. 1 minute to go till varsity action between the visiting Martinsburg Bulldogs and the home team Spring Mills Cardinals. Let's look at both teams' rosters, starting with Martinsburg. Got number 6, Yukari Furich Blanchard. Number 7, Avery Bishop. Number 10, Madison Brenniger. Number 17, Kendall Holman. Number 18, Amoni Fennell. Number 19, Emily Valls. Number 20, Skylar Bishop. Number 21, Ellie Mosby. Number 22, Jadalyn Joseph. Number 23, Sophie Marple. Number 27, Bella Ray. Martinsburg's head coach is Mike Nelson. As for the Spring Mills Cardinals, coached by Haley Wolf, you got number 1, Gracie Kane. Number 4, Maddie McDaniel. Number 7, Jaden Junkin. Number 9, Isabel Bolyard. Number 11, Ann Ofogbu. Number 12, Peyton Dugan. Number 13, Samantha Stevens. Number 14, Cora Shaw. Number 16, Alyssa Ryder. Number 17, Ariana Parsley. And rounding it out for Spring Mills is the libero, number 8, Liz Greenfield. Any final comments, Jim?
Yeah, both first-year coaches at their respective schools. I really enjoyed their pregame comments. You did an outstanding job with the interview there, Sports Doctor. My point being, Spring Mills identifies first contacts, the importance of their serve receive so that they can run their offense. Coach Nelson, 100% agreed. They've got to move their feet, communicate. Falls has got to play better from the setter position. She had key service errors. That's the way that the match has got to go tonight. Martinsburg has got to be much, much more aggressive than they were on Tuesday night. Otherwise, Spring Mills has a distinct advantage at home.
Yeah, the matchup history between these two. Martinsburg is 11-5-1 all-time over Spring Mills. In the last meeting, Martinsburg won 3-0 on September 14th. And then on October 8th of last year, Spring Mills won 3-2. And on September 15th of 2020, Martinsburg won 3-0. So we wait for both teams to have their, looks like some roses will also be brought out by the Spring Mills Cardinals, pink ones, as it's Breast Cancer Awareness Night. Trying to see exactly what it is, and we'll wait and hear what it is from the PA announcer.
Join the fight as we rise together to help uplift women in need. Spring Mills Cardinals are supporting the fighters, admiring the survivors, and honoring the daily, and never, ever giving up hope. Thank you for your support in this Please sit down.
So it looks like they're honoring a breast cancer survivor with the Spring Mills program. Didn't really hear a name, must have missed it, but always a nice gesture here in the month of October, as it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But you always got to be aware of it and recognize it every single month, because it's not just a one-month battle. It is an everyday battle for the survivors and everybody else that gets that unfortunate cancer, Jim.
Absolutely.
So while the PA announcer calls out both teams, it is Martinsburg in gray, Spring Mills in white. Let's take a 2-minute break, and that should cover the national anthem. Again, a 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast, and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard. So we put our headsets back on after the national anthem here at the Cardinal Coliseum. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein for high school varsity volleyball action between the Martinsburg Bulldogs and Spring Mills Cardinals. It's going to be a fun one, Jim, always is, in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. These two teams trying to better themselves in the EPAC, as it's number 3 versus number 4 in the conference so far. Both teams will break their huddle. Again, it is Martinsburg in gray and Spring Mills in white.
Well, let me tell you something. Samantha Stevens is a left-hander, number 13. So when she runs across the front row, she's going to move to what is considered the offhand side, the right front. However, as a left-hander, that is her on-hand side. Gracie Kane. And then you've also got Ann Ofugbu. The Spring Mills has the ability to run a ton of offense, very consistent. I'm not saying that they're running the same type of offense that Musselman, but they certainly have the size. For Spring Mills to win this game, they've got to make their serves and good passing to be able to run the offense. Conversely, Martinsburg got to press Spring Mills. They cannot send free ball after free ball after free ball, and they can't have the mental mistakes they exhibited on Tuesday night. No down ball errors. Put the serve in play, execute good first contacts. Size against size, the way that it looks on paper, Spring Mills has an advantage going into this match. However, Martinsburg brings with it experience, and they've dominated Spring Mills in the past.
Let's look. It looks like out there to start for Spring Mills, you have Ariana Parsley, Liz Greenfield, and Ofobu for the back. And up front is Cora Shaw, Samantha Stevens, and Alyssa Ryder. For Martinsburg, the back line is Jadalyn Joseph, Avery Bishop, and Madison Berniger. Up front, you got Skylar Bishop, Moni Fennell, and Sophie Marple. Serving first is Spring Mills. Back there is Ariana Parsley, the serve for the Cardinals. We wait for her to hit it to the Martinsburg Bulldogs. She gets it to Berniger. Berniger mispasses it. Point Spring Mills, 1-0. They lead to start things off with an ace. Parsley with her second serve of the evening. It's an over and out. So an ace followed by a service error by Parsley makes it 1-1. And it'll be Sophie Marple to serve for Martinsburg. Marple sets up for her running start on the serve. Goes to Ofobu. Stevens back for Bishop. Set by Marple behind her for Jadalyn Joseph. Over the block to the back. Parsley all the way to the opposite side. I don't think it got blocked, but it looks like Martinsburg said it did. Skylar Bishop and Joseph there. 2-1 Martinsburg. I thought that hit the net, but nonetheless, it's still a point for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, from our angle, it looked like more than half the ball was below the plane of the net.
It also seemed like the net was shaking as Greenfield. It's that one, and it goes over. Berniger digs it out. Marple for Fennell.
Off block.
Off the block.
Shaw.
Ofobu to Marple. Berniger behind her for Fennell with another spike off the block. The kill for Fennell makes it 3-1 Martinsburg.
See, and again, what I've seen from both sides now, Joseph on the offhand earlier, and now Fennell on the on-hand side. Because the passes were a little bit off the net, they couldn't take an approach, a static attack. Fennell, very athletic, had the ability to push it through the block. And a 10-line hit.
Berniger and Joseph just has to send this one over to Ofobu. Parsley up for Stevens. Almost found an area, but Marple was able to lunge forward and get it. Bishop from the back line to Parsley. Greenfield for Ofobu all the way from the back and gets it across to Bishop. Another kill, this time blocked, and wow. A big block that went all the way to the back line. So the point goes to Martinsburg, but that block had a ton of power, Jim.
Absolutely. So what Spring Mills needs to do is at contact, you've got to turn those thumbs up, fingers down.
Marple with the serve off the net. Ace Bulldogs. It's now a 5-1 lead for Martinsburg.
Good start for Martinsburg. This is exactly what they needed to do. Put the ball in play, pass the ball, run their full offense, keep Spring Mills. Spring Mills with their last two attacks came from 10-line hits.
Still serving for Martinsburg is Marple. Parsley. Skylar Bishop off the block. Let's see. They call it out, so a point off the block goes to Martinsburg. It's now 6-1 Bulldogs. A great start for Martinsburg. Are they going to continue, or are they going to fall apart like we saw on Tuesday? Marple to Greenfield. Coming back for it is Parsley, and hitting it over is Shaw for the second point for Spring Mills. It's now 6-2.
Yeah, Bishop didn't get there. She didn't close the block, and it ended up being a punch that fell right between the block into that soft underbelly.
So Shaw serves it at Fennell. Marple calls for it, and Avery Bishop from the back. Beautifully dug out by Greenfield. Afobu spikes it out. A play, point Martinsburg. 7-2 they lead now.
Yeah, and Afobu, she did not need to hit that severe angle. She's way above the block. There's no shame in using, tooling off block.
Fennell with the serve. Afobu. Fennell. Avery Bishop over the kill and out of play. Point Spring Mills. It's now 7-3.
I thought Bishop was a little bit early on the attack when she tried to adjust her swing. She mishit it. Almost looked like she dropped her elbow and hit on the bottom half of the ball.
Serve to the middle of the court. Joseph has to send it back in. Bishop able to recover it, but a free ball opportunity. Stevens over the block, gets the point for Spring Mills. 7-4 is the score now. Cardinals only trail by 3.
And this is what I think that Spring Mills hitters need to do. They don't need to make a whole lot of adjustments. Don't swing straight, but they need to swing away. And then force Martinsburg to adjust their blocking.
Served by Alyssa Ryder, and an ace for Spring Mills puts them within 2. It's 7-5 now.
Only one service error so far in this early part of this match tonight, and that was Spring Mills. Not saying that was the difference, but at 5-7, you cannot miss serves right now.
Ryder to Blanchard. Bump set by Marple for Bishop.
Another hitting error.
Hits it into the net.
Goodness, Bishop she sailed one, and now she's way on top of it.
7-6. Martinsburg has let its lead slip to 1 point. Ryder to Berniger. Set up and behind her to Joseph, and hits it back for Shaw. Parsley sets it up, and Gracie Kane unable to get there. Makes it 8-6. Martinsburg leads.
Yeah, so that's where communication that Coach Wolf talked. The setter needs to know. Parsley needs to know what their play is, or she needs to execute it so that Kane gets there in a position where she can swing.
Skylar Bishop with a beautiful serve and ace, as Liz Greenfield was unable to slide and get the pass, so it's 9-6 Martinsburg. Skylar Bishop over the net to Afobu. Parsley sets it for Kane, blocked by Bella Ray. And a free ball sent to Martinsburg. Marple for Ray.
Good angle.
And a beautiful dig, gets the point, and that was a great offensive play off the defensive stop by Parsley getting the dig.
Yeah, Fobu sends that in 2. Potentially an overpass. The ball was definitely moving towards the net. Afobu, essentially it becomes a tip kill.
Bolliard serves it to Blanchard. Set by Parsley for Afobu. Hits the net and goes back. I guess they called it a block, but I thought it stayed on their side. So play continues. Off block. Bishop gets the point for Martinsburg. Makes it 10-7.
Yeah, I agree with you, Doc. That definitely looked to me like the ball hung up on the net. There was no change in the rotation of the ball, the spin of the ball, that you would expect if it hit someone's hands. Instead, it hit the hard part of the net, bounced back. I don't know. I would have called that 4 hits.
Emily Valls enters the serve for Martinsburg. She struggled a little bit when it came to crunch time against Jefferson on Tuesday, but gets this one over the net. Gracie Kane gets the point for Spring Mills. And you could see that one coming from a mile away. She had the height and just placed it beautifully in between the defense and the bench in play, making it 10-8.
Yeah, Spring Mills just needs to keep doing their thing. They need to run their offense.
Fobu.
Oh, no.
Service error makes it 11-8 Martinsburg.
Yeah, in a tight match between 3 or 4, what you're going to see is that could be the difference. Martinsburg has yet to, dare I say it, sports doctor Colin McLaughlin, dare I say, Martinsburg has yet to miss a serve.
Serve by Avery Bishop makes it over the net. Gracie Kane pushes it to the back line. Vols. Brenniger behind her. Coming forward is Bishop. And it's in. Point Martinsburg. Liz Greenfield thought it was going out and let it go over her head. It just narrowly stayed in, making it 12-8, a 4-point lead for Martinsburg.
Yeah, a lot of topspin on that. That's the first kill for Avery Bishop. She's had a couple hitting errors. Maybe that's what she needed to get some confidence, and she's going to come across the front row a little better next time.
Bishop to Shaw. Parsley tries to hit it over the net herself on the second one. Misses it. 13-8, Martinsburg leads now. Gracie Kane was waiting for the set, and it never came from Ryder. Excuse me, from Parsley. Greenfield.
Let's see, here comes a free ball.
Goal yard and a free ball that...
Good pass by Brenniger.
Fennell blocks it, and it's hit in the face. Vols seems to be okay. Point goes to Spring Mills. It's 13-9.
Spring Mills has size. Kane is up there. I mean, that's a good play. Good block by Spring Mills defense. Back to serve Greenfield.
Liz Greenfield, the libero. Spring Mills. Targets Avery Bishop. And it goes over the bench of Martinsburg. An ace for Spring Mills. Puts it at 13-10. Marple ran over to the bench. I thought she was going to try to dive into the assistant coaches, but decided to keep away from a possible injury there for anybody.
I agree with you, and I've said it before. I wish the down official would blow the whistle in that situation. Protect my player.
Greenfield with a curve on that one. Vols sets it behind her for Marple. Marple. Ofobu dives forward and gets it. Set into the air for Shaw. Shaw off the net. A pancake by Bishop. Greenfield. Ofobu has to send a free ball to Vols. Brenniger calls off her teammates. Off the block. And Bolyard keeps it alive for Spring Mills. Ofobu to Vols. Over and out of play. Another point for Spring Mills makes it 13-11.
Yeah, back row kill for Ofobu.
Martinsburg leads by 2. We're in set number 1 of varsity action. Best of 5 as Greenfield serves it off the net and back. Point Martinsburg, 14-11. Disappointing way for Spring Mills to end its rally.
Yep, I believe it's 3 service errors now for Spring Mills versus naught for the Bulldogs.
Which is something that has been completely different from Tuesday night. A lot of service errors there for Martinsburg against Jefferson. Glad to see that they changed it as it's blocked by Skylar Bishop. Point Martinsburg, 15-11.
Yeah, and actually the block was a little bit late. Typically the middle sets the block. The outside has to find the middle, come all the way in. In that situation, it looked like Bishop was late getting to the outside, but it worked to her benefit because the Spring Mills player went with a severe angle. Oh, don't know if that was in.
Brenniger served it off the net, and 4 hits for Spring Mills. Point Martinsburg, and it looks like a timeout will be called as the Bulldogs lead 16-11. Let's take the timeout with them. A 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 5 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Leslie Golden, Orthopedics. Dr. Alexander Bitzer, Orthopedics. Dr. Courtney McQuillan, Obstetrics and Gynecology. Nurse Practitioner Carolyn Gable, Nephrology, and Darwin Castillo, Emergency Medicine. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum. Score 16-11. Martinsburg on top of Spring Mills. JV action. Martinsburg won 2 sets to nothing. freshman action. Martinsburg won 2-0 as well. We're in set number 1 of varsity action now as Brinegar from Martinsburg serves it to Spring Mills and gets the ace.
Does, yep.
Ofobu realizes she should have let Shaw have that one. It's now 17-11.
Yeah, and when I look at a position like this, Brinegar did not let the timeout get in her head. She executed coming off of the break. Definitely Martinsburg more focused tonight than Tuesday night.
Brinegar serve again for Martinsburg, who lead by 6. The serve being played now by Greenfield, who sends a free ball to Martinsburg. Vols sets it up for Bishop.
Low.
And it's low, and Bishop hits it over and out of play. Point Spring Mills, it's 17-12.
Yeah, Bishop said touch higher. She needed a touch higher. Definitely a little bit low and off the net, so Bishop has to drop her elbow. It comes out flat.
Samantha Stevens re-enters the match for Spring Mills at the front line. Back to serve for the Cardinals as well. It's Ariana Parsley. Parsley serve a hard one to Fennell. And Vols has to come forward for that one as backing away was Bishop. So Avery Bishop has to send a free ball over. Parsley sets it up for Stevens. Off the block. Bishop was there to recover. Vols back to Avery Bishop. Over the block of Ryder. Parsley sets it over for Shaw. Off the block. Brinegar was there to recover for the Bulldogs.
Tight.
Fennell meets
Fennell
Stevens
wins
at the line and wins, but Stevens able to get it for Ryder. Free ball opportunity for Martinsburg again. Bishop tips it over and diving for it. This time Ryder wins at the net against Skylar Bishop. And no, under the net, called violation Spring Mills. Point Martinsburg makes it 18-12.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking for Coach Wolf. Fennell won the first joust. Ryder won the second joust. But the net violation or line violation gives the point to Martinsburg, and now Marple back to serve.
Marple serves.
Well, there's the service mistake.
It is way out. The first service mistake of the evening for Martinsburg gives the point to Spring Mills, makes it 18-13.
It was a complete mishit. When you look at the axis of the ball, she hit the ball so far to the right, it was like a Mike Messina curveball or something. The ball was breaking so hard right to left.
Shaw off the net, gets the ace for Spring Mills, makes it 18-14. Always tough to judge the ball off that net. Is it going to stay on the serve side or is it going to come over?
Yeah, Martinsburg needs to be careful to not overcorrecting. It's a flat serve.
Shaw with another one off the net. Bishop was there for it this time. Marple sets it for Joseph over the block to Liz Greenfield. Parsley for Ofobu over the block of Martinsburg. Point Cardinals. 18-15 is the score now. Cardinals trying to get some life within their team.
And that was sheer athleticism. Ofobu was way over the block, and Martinsburg calls timeout as soon as Parsley picks up the ball.
30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Laura. Hey, Laura. What's with the sunglasses? Ouch.
The word is spreading. Bechtel Jewelers is home to some dangerously brilliant diamonds.
See the difference at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood. Sunglasses not included.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein as some noise being pumped in here for the Cardinal Coliseum. Shaw, the serve for Spring Mills. Martinsburg's Brinegar set by Marple over for Bishop. Back to Ofobu. Parsley for Ryder. Blocked.
Roof.
Second block, this time off the block, and a net violation on Skylar Bishop. Gets the point for Spring Mills, making it 18-16.
Yeah, good coverage on both sides off block. That's what you want to be. The phrase that I used to use is get in her back pocket. Both teams were doing that, covering off block. It's unfortunate Bishop caught the net on the way down.
Shaw with another serve for Spring Mills.
This is a big front row for Spring Mills.
And a service error makes it 19-16. Martinsburg leads, and it will be Amoni Fennell, star player of the game against Jefferson, back to serve.
Very tall front row for Spring Mills. That was the perfect opportunity for Spring Mills to go on a run, and they blew it with the missed serve.
Fennell serves it to Ofobu. Set by Parsley, back for Ofobu, over the block, point, Spring Mills. And that's exactly what I keyed on during the pregame show. And Ofobu is the player to watch out for Spring Mills, and she makes her name known with that kill. Puts Spring Mills back within 2. It's 19-17, Jim.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Colin. And can you imagine an all-county team? An all-county team with Ofobu, Skylar Yates, Hannah Howard, some of these other players, Fennell.
And a second straight service error when Spring Mills has it. They shoot themselves in the foot. Ryder serve gives Martinsburg a 20-17 lead. It has to be frustrating if you are Haley Wolf, the head coach of Spring Mills. Bishop, right at Ofobu, set by Parsley. And a free ball sent by Gracie Kane, who thought Ofobu was going to kill it. Bella Ray. And I think she touched the net when she came down. Never mind, I think they called it on Spring Mills, so it's a point. Martinsburg making it 21-17. Another timeout called by the Cardinals. Let's take another 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Nice job, man.
Laura. Hey, Laura. What's with the sunglasses? Ouch.
The word is spreading. Bechtel Jewelers is home to some dangerously brilliant diamonds.
See the difference at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood. Sunglasses not included.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Still in set number 1 between Martinsburg and Spring Mills as the Bulldogs lead 21-17 right now. Skylar Bishop from Martinsburg serves to Shaw, who hits it right back over to the Bulldogs. Jadalyn Joseph to Liz Greenfield for Spring Mills. Parsley sets it up for Ofobu. Beautiful save by Blanchard. And
oh, my heartbreaker.
A point for Avery Bishop, and Martinsburg makes it 22-17. And you can see on the face of Avery Bishop, I don't think she believed until it happened that was going to land in play.
Well, Ofobu with an incredible swing. Yakari, number 6 for Martinsburg, makes a fantastic dig. Bishop sends the ball, catches Spring Mills in bad transition position. Stevens
overhits this one. Another point for Martinsburg. So off Spring Mills timeout. It's 2 straight points for the Bulldogs. They now lead 23-17.
It just got to keep swinging. It's just bad timing there for Stevens. It's just the worst possible time that you can have a hitting error.
Skylar Bishop still serves for Martinsburg. It looks like
the official's off the chair. I'm not sure what's going on over there. We were completely obscured.
Can't tell what it is. Yeah. Climbing back up now. Don't know what happened, but
outstanding work by Donald Kenny and Spencer Dupuis. They've got all the angles, man. This is the A team of women's volleyball running this tonight.
And an ace as it goes off the hands of Shaw. So set point now for Martinsburg. It's 24-17. Skylar Bishop trying to wrap up set number 1, and it goes off the net. A second service error tonight for Martinsburg makes it 24-18. So to tie it, Spring Mills needs 6 straight points, 8 straight to win. And back there to try to do it for Spring Mills is Isabel Bolliard. Her serve. Service error, point Martinsburg. They win set number 1, 25-18. Let's take a 1-minute break in the